The year was 1943. World War II raged across the globe. Louie Zamperini, a bombardier in the U.S. Army Air Forces, was on a routine search and rescue mission over the Pacific. His B-24 bomber, nicknamed Green Hornet, was battered and weary. It had seen its share of battles. On this particular day, fate took a cruel turn. As the Green Hornet soared over the vast expanse of the Pacific, disaster struck. One by one, the engines began to sputter and die. The once mighty bomber was now a wounded bird, struggling to stay aloft. Fear gripped the crew as they fought to control their crippled aircraft. Louie and his fellow airmen knew they were in grave danger. The inevitable was unavoidable. The Green Hornet, stripped of its power, plunged towards the unforgiving waves below. The crash was deafening. Metal shrieked, the ocean roared, and the world dissolved into a chaotic blur. Louie, battered and bruised but miraculously alive, found himself thrust into the cold embrace of the Pacific Ocean. His ordeal was far from over. It was only just beginning. Long before the war, before the crash landing, and before the horrors he would endure, Louie Zamperini was a young boy growing up in Torrance, California. He was the son of Italian immigrants, a mischievous child with an untamed spirit. His early years were marked by petty theft, street fights, and a rebellious streak that exasperated his parents and teachers. Louie's parents, desperate to channel his boundless energy, turned to athletics. They encouraged him to run, hoping that it would instill discipline and focus in their wayward son. To their surprise and everyone else's, Louie discovered a hidden talent. He was fast, incredibly fast. His speed on the track was nothing short of remarkable. As Louie's talent blossomed, so did his reputation. He became known as the Torrance Tornado, a local legend who shattered records and left his competitors in the dust. His speed earned him a place on the 1936 U.S. Olympic team, a remarkable achievement for a boy who had once been written off as a troublemaker. Louie's journey from delinquent to Olympian was a testament to the transformative power of sport. The 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin, Germany, were more than just an athletic competition. They were a spectacle orchestrated by Adolf Hitler's Nazi regime, designed to showcase Aryan supremacy to the world. Amidst the political tensions and simmering hatred, Louie Zamperini, the young man from Torrance, was about to make his mark on history. Louie competed in the 5,000-meter race, a grueling test of endurance and speed. He ran with heart and determination, pushing himself to the limit. Although he didn't win, Louie's performance was nothing short of extraordinary. He finished in 8th place but set a new American record for the event. What captivated the world, however, was not just Louie's speed but his final lap. With a burst of energy that belied the grueling race he had just run, Louie sprinted the last 400 meters in an astonishing 56 seconds. His final lap caught the attention of Adolf Hitler himself, who reportedly remarked, "Ah, you're the boy with the fast finish." Louie's Olympic experience, though brief, would stay with him forever. It was a taste of glory, a moment of triumph on the world stage. The crash of the Green Hornet plunged Louie Zamperini into a new and terrifying reality. The vastness of the Pacific Ocean became his prison. Two of his crewmates, Phil and Mac, survived the crash. They clung to life rafts, their hopes dwindling. Days turned into weeks as they drifted aimlessly. The scorching sun beat down while nights brought bone-chilling cold. Hunger gnawed at their bellies and thirst tormented them. Sharks circled their rafts, a constant reminder of peril. They caught fish with their bare hands, their bodies ravaged by hunger and dehydration. Rainstorms provided precious drops of water. But for every moment of hope, there were countless hours of despair. Their bodies grew weak, their minds weary. Yet, amidst the suffering, Louie refused to give up. He clung to the hope of rescue, drawing strength from thoughts of loved ones. Section 5. Captivity, entering the jaws of hell. After 47 harrowing days adrift at sea, Louie and Phil were captured by the Japanese Navy. Their ordeal at sea was over, but a new and more terrifying chapter was about to begin. They had escaped the jaws of the ocean only to find themselves in the clutches of a ruthless enemy. The Japanese viewed downed airmen as criminals unworthy of humane treatment. They were beaten, starved, and subjected to unimaginable cruelty. Louie's spirit, however, remained unbroken. Section 6. Watanabe, the Bird and His Prey. Among Louie's captors was a man who would become his tormentor, his nemesis, and ultimately, a central figure in his remarkable story. Mutsuhiro Watanabe, a sergeant in the Imperial Japanese Army, was known as the Bird. He was a sadist who seemed to derive pleasure from inflicting pain and suffering. Watanabe became fixated on Louie, singling him out for particularly brutal treatment. He beat him mercilessly, often for no reason at all. He devised cruel and humiliating punishments, seemingly determined to break Louie's spirit. Louie became a plaything for the Bird, a victim of his whims and sadistic tendencies. Despite the relentless torture, Louie refused to be broken. He endured the beatings, the starvation, and the psychological abuse with a quiet defiance that infuriated his tormentor. He clung to his dignity, his sanity, and his belief that he would one day be free. Louie's resilience in the face of such unimaginable cruelty was a testament to the indomitable spirit that resided within him. Section 7. A Spirit Unbroken. Defiance in the face of cruelty. Life as a prisoner of war was a constant struggle for survival. They were forced to work in brutal conditions. Louie's spirit, though tested, never wavered. He found small ways to resist, shared his meager rations with weaker prisoners. He refused to let his captors break him. His experiences as a POW would forever shape his life. Section 8. Liberation, a bittersweet victory. After more than 2 years of captivity, liberation finally came in August 1945. The war was over. Japan had surrendered. For Louie Zamperini and countless other POWs, it was a moment of joyous disbelief, a time for celebration and tears. The nightmare was finally over. Louie, emaciated and weak but alive, returned home a hero. He was greeted with open arms, his story captivating the nation. But the transition to civilian life was not easy. The scars of his captivity ran deep, both physically and emotionally. He was haunted by nightmares, plagued by memories he couldn't escape. The war had changed him, leaving him with wounds that ran deeper than any physical injury. He struggled with post-traumatic stress disorder, his sleep disturbed by nightmares of his time in captivity. The horrors he had witnessed, the cruelty he had endured, left an indelible mark on his soul. Louie's journey to peace and healing was just beginning. Section 9. Finding Peace, Faith, and Forgiveness. Louie Zamperini's journey to peace began with a promise he made to God while adrift at sea. He vowed that if he survived, he would dedicate his life to serving him. Years later, haunted by nightmares and struggling to find peace, Louie found solace in the message of Christianity. He attended a Billy Graham crusade, a life-changing experience that led him to embrace faith and forgiveness. Louie's conversion was profound. He found peace in his belief, his anger and bitterness replaced by a sense of forgiveness. He forgave his captors, including the notorious Mutsuhiro Watanabe, believing that hatred and anger would only continue to imprison him. Louie's story of survival, resilience, and redemption resonated deeply with people around the world. He traveled extensively, sharing his story and inspiring others with his message of faith, forgiveness, and the indomitable spirit of the human will. He dedicated his life to helping others, working with troubled youth and promoting peace and reconciliation. Section 10. The Homecoming Hero, Carrying the Olympic Torch Once More. In 1998, at the age of 81, Louie Zamperini returned to Japan. This time, however, he wasn't a prisoner of war but an honored guest. He carried the Olympic torch through Naoetsu, Japan, the town where he had been held as a POW. It was a powerful moment of reconciliation, a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness. Louie's journey from Olympic athlete to war hero to prisoner of war to man of faith captivated the world. His story was one of courage, resilience, and the extraordinary capacity of the human spirit to overcome even the most unimaginable adversity. He became a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times the human spirit can endure. Louie's return to Japan, carrying the Olympic torch, was a testament to his journey of healing and forgiveness. It was a powerful symbol of peace and reconciliation, a reminder that even in the aftermath of war, hope and understanding can prevail. Louie's life was a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity, to forgive, and to find peace. Section 11. Louie's Legacy, an Inspiration for Generations. Louie Zamperini passed away on July 2, 2014, at the age of 97. His life, a testament to the indomitable human spirit, left an enduring legacy. He was a man who stared death in the face, endured unimaginable suffering, and emerged from the crucible of war with his spirit unbroken. His story, captured in Laura Hillenbrand's best-selling book Unbroken, continues to inspire millions around the world. Louie's message of resilience, forgiveness, and the power of faith resonates with people from all walks of life. He taught us that even in the darkest of times, hope can endure, and the human spirit can overcome even the most daunting challenges. Louie Zamperini's life was a testament to the power of the human spirit. He was a man who refused to be defined by his past, who chose forgiveness over hatred, and who dedicated his life to inspiring others. His story is a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable adversity, the human spirit can triumph.